Hello and welcome to this new episode. When we talk about trauma-informed yoga, two words hold a lot of importance: self-regulation and co-regulation. They might sound technical at first, but in reality, they are deeply human. They are the invisible threads that allow us to stay steady in our own nervous system and to meet others with presence, safety, and attunement. As yoga teachers, we are not just guiding people through postures, we are inviting them into stillness, into sensations, into breath. Places where old stories, emotions, and even trauma can surface. And in those moments, it's not the perfect cue or the right adjustment that matters most. It's your ability to regulate yourself and offer regulation to others. So what is self-regulation? Self-regulation is your ability to monitor and manage your energy states, emotions, thoughts, and behavior in a healthy way. To notice your own emotional and mental state, your stress, your tension, your triggers, and to bring yourself back into a grounded presence. Self-regulation involves taking a pause between feeling and action, and it allows us to stay calm under pressure. Your ability to self-regulate as a grown-up has roots in your development during childhood. Learning how to self-regulate is an important skill that children learn both for emotional maturity and later social connections. In essence, maturity reflects the ability to face emotional, social, and cognitive threats in the environment. So what is co-regulation? Co-regulation is what happens when one nervous system meets another. It's the way we humans calm, attune, and anchor one another through presence. It is a process between two or more people that aims to help manage immediate, in-the-moment emotions and foster self-regulation. This is achieved through the process where one nervous system basically calms another, producing a consistent cycle that is calming and provides emotional relief for both sides. Co-regulation refers to the collaborative and supportive relationship between the yoga teacher or space holder and the participants in a class setting. As a trauma-informed yoga teacher, you practically lend your regulated nervous system to your students to help them self-regulate. And why this matters so much in a yoga space? When students come to a class, they are not just bringing their bodies, they are bringing their whole nervous system, their stress, their stories, their unprocessed emotions. Some might feel anxious, lying still. Some might disassociate during long holds. Some might cry, become frustrated, or need to move away from a posture. If you, as a teacher, aren't resourced in your own regulation, it's easy to feel overwhelmed or unsure how to respond. And this is where many teachers end up, caught between wanting to help but fearing they will do harm. But when you know and have the skills to self-regulate and co-regulate, you can stay present instead of panicking, hold a space without absorbing someone else's suffering, and guide a class or event with a grounded and centered way even when emotions arise. So what are these techniques? Of course, I don't want to give away my whole training here, but let me share a taste of what is possible. For self-regulation, one of the great tools are orienting, gently turning your head and eyes to notice the space around you. It's a reminder to your nervous system that you are here, now, and safe. Another simple technique would be simply lengthening your exhale or feeling the support of the surface underneath your body, which we call grounding. These are gentle ways to tell your body it is safe. For co-regulation, sometimes it is as simple as your tone of voice. A slower, softer voice helps students' system to slow down too. Sometimes simply sitting near someone with a grounded presence is enough. Or guiding them through a few rounds of slow breaths. It's not about doing more or having something complicated in mind. It's about being more attuned. So how I ground myself before teaching. Before every class I teach, whether it's a teacher training, a workshop, or a drop-in class, I have a little ritual. I sit, I breathe. I observe the movement of my chest and belly, so the center of the body, with the breath. Sometimes I place my hands on my body to feel this very subtle movement, especially when I feel a bit disconnected, so it's challenging for me to notice this tiny movement. And I feel my body resting on the ground. These two techniques bring me back from whatever chaos my day has brought. Because if I walk into a room scattered and dysregulated, my students will pick up on it. Their nervous system will notice. But if I am steady, grounded, and connected, they feel that too. And if you are curious about this quick practice that I just mentioned, I'm going to be sharing my personal centering and grounding video as a free bonus. It's something you can use in your everyday life before you teach or even before you just step into a challenging life situation. Why this is central to my trainings. This is exactly why I created my trainings the way I did. In my 100-hour trauma-informed Yin Yoga and Chinese Meridians teacher training, we go deep into these skills of self and co-regulation. Not just the theory, but the embodied practice of regulation, space holding, and trauma awareness. And for those who are not quite ready to commit to 100 hours training, I designed a shorter 30-hour trauma awareness course, a way to learn the essential trauma-informed tools, attunement, regulation, and space holding, and to weave them into your teaching and your personal practice. Because here's what I have seen. Teachers who know how to regulate themselves create classes and spaces where students feel safe to explore and to transform. Teachers who don't often end up burning out, doubting themselves, overwhelmed, or unintentionally doing harm. And I really don't want that for you. In the end of the day, self-regulation and co-regulation aren't just techniques. They are a way of being with yourself and others. When you can meet your own self with kindness, you can meet others with compassion. When you can anchor yourself, you can become an anchor for others. When you regulate, you give permission to others to do the same. And that's the heart of trauma-informed yoga. And if this resonates, I would love to walk this path with you, whether through my 100-hour trauma-informed Yin Yoga and Chinese Meridians teacher training or my shorter 30-hour trauma awareness course. Because the yoga world doesn't need more perfect sequences or flashy cues. It needs more grounded, steady, compassionate teachers who know how to create and hold safe paces. If today's episode resonated with you and you feel called to explore this work more deeply, there are a few gentle steps you can take. First, try out my 5-minute centering and grounding exercise. I'm going to share the link to this video in the description. You can also download my free ebook on meridians, emotions, and Yin Yoga, which is a great starting point of understanding the connection between your body, mind, emotions, and energy. If you wish to go deeper into these topics, you can watch my free trauma awareness webinar called Trauma-Informed Yoga Foundations. Or for the full immersion, you can join my live 100-hour Trauma-Informed Yin Yoga and Chinese Meridians teacher training live in Thailand, or the shorter 30 hours The Art of Trauma-Informed Space Holding training. Upcoming dates and links for the live trainings will be shared in the description. If traveling is not an option for you, you can already join the waitlist of the online self-paced version of these trainings, launching in December 2025. And finally, make sure that you are subscribed, like this video so others can find it, and you don't miss future episodes. I will share all the links to these offerings in the description. Thank you so much, and see you in the next one.